Hello, welcome to Monday Morning Nickpick, The Last Jedi. This is a spoiler-filled discussion, so if you haven't seen the movie, you should be watching it and watch my spoiler-free review right after the movie with the family. After on the way home from the movie, and I was discussing the movie with my wife and son, I decided this is something I've been thinking for a long time. That going forward, I will stop giving a numerical rating to movies. Okay, it's pointless. Sure, some people like to attach score to everything, but over time, I've been saying for a long time that there's four type of movies in my mind. A must-see, the kind of movie that I can see a million times, like say Shawshank Redemption. The first two Aliens movie, I can see those. I must have seen those dozens and dozens of times. Just as say The Empire Strikes Back, I can't even count how many times I watched some of those favorite movies. So those are the one that I can repeat over and over and over. And then the second category is movie I like to see again, like more than once. Okay, and then the third one is one and done. It's not a waste of my time. I've seen it. It's okay. Once is enough. Okay, so I have the must see, like to see twice, once is enough, and then the fourth one are those that are in the what a waste of time. But going forward, I will rate the movies in that categories, and for now, The Last Jedi is in the I like to see twice. I definitely want to see it again. Okay, whether it can be a movie that I want to see more than twice is up in the air. Until I see it again, I don't know where to put it. But for now, it's a movie that I definitely want to see again. It's not a one and done kind of movie. The thing that I dislike about this movie, many of the things that I dislike about the movie highlight more on why I dislike them in the first movie. Okay, there's a lot of things in the first movie I didn't like, and if anything, this movie cemented many of those things, with the exception of Kylo Ren. I think that character was much better this time around for me. Okay, I can't say enough about movie or TV show review. It's just my opinion. If you disagree, so be it. Okay, it's not the end of the world. My opinion does not invalidate yours, so chill a little bit. But I like Rey, the character in the first movie. I dislike what they gave her as far as power and knowledge and everything else, and the way this movie panned out. It's even there was so much speculation after the last movie. Oh, she is so powerful because maybe she's the offspring of Luke as well. Maybe she's the offspring of Ben. No, she's the offspring of nobody. And she's the first Jedi that just can skip the training. Okay, so yeah, that part annoys me in the first movie, and how they continue her journey is another thing that I dislike about what they did with her strength, the power. Geez, she can take Luke down. Okay, whatever. Okay. That was so ridiculous. And then Phasma, if there's any character that are so overblown, was Phasma. Okay, her limited appearances in the first in The Force Awakens was ridiculous, and her appearance now in The Last Jedi make that character even more ridiculous. Holy cow, I wouldn't put that on my resume. But let's go from the beginning. when it comes down to humor, something works and something won't work. Okay, it's if there's anything that's more subjective than anything else as far as taste, as far as movies, humor is one of them. And I didn't care for the humor in the first 15 minutes. I was worried. After the first 15 minutes of this movie, I was not, I was worried. Okay, I was like, I'm not sure where this movie is going. I'm hoping that this is not the kind of humor that will keep popping in, because it didn't work for me. I didn't hate it. Okay, there's one part I cringe, but the whole opening scene with Poe and Hux, General Hux is my most disliked character now. He has replaced many other characters I dislike in the Star Wars universe, but he is so cartoonish that I didn't care for. I mean, yes, there's a need to have a character that balance out the rage and volatile behaviors and attitude and mannerism of Kylo Ren. There's a need for a balance, okay, for that. But the balance of a cartoonish General Hux is not what I want. It did not. None of his stuff worked for me from the very beginning to the end. None of it. About the best thing that happened to him was when Kylo had enough of him and just tossed him aside inside the walker. That was the best thing. Shut the F up. So the opening scenes with Poe, I didn't care for the humor, but the action with the bomber, all that works for me. And I must say that unlike many people that I have heard that rave about Princess Leia performance, I can say the same. It was not bad, okay, but I felt that Carrie Fisher performance is not anything that wow me. She did not wow me in The Force Awakens. I felt that her range of emotion was very limited. In the review of The Force Awakens, I did not like how she reacted to the death of Han Solo. I mean, it's like, I think most people would show more reaction if they have a heartburn or some gas. So the same in this movie, okay? I felt her range of emotion was very limited. I'm sure I get a lot of hates from the Star Wars fanboy, because they'll be like, how can you? It does say nothing about the person, okay? She has passed away. How I feel about her performance has nothing to do with any kind of lack of respect or anything else, okay? It's art. I think people sometimes mix up emotion, respect, and just like give bypass to art. I can't do that. So I didn't care for her performance in the movie. So to me, that's one of the weaker part of the movie. Oh, here come the hates. So when the next thing that happened as far as Rey, that whole opening sequence with Luke did not work for me. Okay, I cringe. That was the very first moment that I didn't care for, when Luke tossed a lightsaber over his shoulder carelessly, as if like if it fall into the ocean doesn't matter. Come on, that is so not. That was one of the worst moments in the movie for me, because I hated that moment. It did not work for me. Sure, there's a lot of different ways that he could have handled the situation by taking the lightsaber and saying, no, I'm done with this, and drop it or hand it back to her. There's a lot of things that could have been done, but the flippant of like tossing it over his shoulder as if it's like a piece of shit, it did not work. Sorry, did not work for me at all. So right there, the first 15 minutes caused a lot of concern from me in my chair. I'm just like, oh man, I'm not sure where the hell this movie is going, but this could be trouble, okay? But luckily for the movie, things picked up. You know, Finn was not somebody that I care, okay? In the first movie, he was my... He and Kylo was neck and neck as far as character I didn't care for, as well as Phasma. But in this movie, he's didn't do much to improve his spots. I didn't really care for his story. I understand why there's a need, you know, because hey, you know, they gotta use him, right? They can't just have him sit around on the shuttle like the rest of the people and worry about what to do and do nothing. So I understand the need to give him a mission, but oh my God, I didn't care for the mission whatsoever. You know, that whole thing with them in jail and then breaking out. Really, if that guy had the tool to get out of jail all this time by just inserting that card into the lock, why was he in there this whole time? Make no sense whatsoever. And then, you know, sure, I'm not a fan of needing a whole lot of action with CGI and the animal running, galloping through the it's a whole... That was tiring. Okay, that was probably the worst action sequence for me. Not because it was bad CGI, but I'm sitting there, I'm just like, really? Do I need to see these animals running, galloping through the casino, through the field? And then that was a tiring moment, one of the low point halfway through the movie. Didn't care for that whatsoever. But as far as that DJ, that's the name, I think that's the nickname of the guy that broke them out of jail. I detest that character the most at the end when he double crossed them. Okay, the moment that he revealed and that he double crossed them and said that, you know, oh, you know, I told them that, you know, the people on the ship is trying to escape with the shuttle. How? Come on. How the hell did he know that? Beside Princess Leia and the Laura Dern character, I can't remember what's her name. Beside maybe a handful of people, even Poe did not know what their plan was. How the heck does he know? Horrible. That was another cringe-worthy moment. And you know, I'm jumping a little bit back and forth because it ties into the character, but the next horrible moment and the next cringe-worthy moment happened shortly right after that. Okay, because when that, you know, just before Finn and Rose gonna get their head chopped off, right? Phasma is standing right there 5 feet away. Okay, 5 feet away, within 5 feet radius. And the big explosion happened. Okay, that's all well and done. How is that Phasma and a group of troopers emerge far away through the smoke to come and get them? How the frack did that happen? That was horrendous. Okay, stupid. I watched that scene, I'm just like, oh, come on. Why don't they just have her laying around within the debris 5 feet away like she was just a few seconds ago, and then stand up and then have a fight with Finn? That would make more sense. But why do we need to see her walking far away through the smoke? Is that more dramatic? No, it's fracking stupid. Oh my God, that was fracking stupid. I sat there, I was just like, what? Come on. Fracking hell. Bonkers. Ah, God, that didn't care for that whatsoever. Oh, but I'm telling you, when it comes down to the last third of the movie, beside that ugly scene, I felt that the movie ended so strong that it redeemed it for me. I mean, I literally want to see the movie again, but I would prefer to cut out the first half of the movie because it's not a whole lot of things that happen in the first half that I'm just like I want to see again. No, I don't care to see the first half again. I felt that how what they did with Kylo Ren character works. I love the twist. I love the battle. I love what went on with what him and Rey, those lightsaber scene with the guard, the one in red. All of that is fantastic. There is nothing there for me to complain, but in awe of having fun watching those scenes. So that works. When the last remnant of the rebellion got on that salt planet, that worked. The only part again that I cringe is once again Finn, the janitor, Mr. Know-It-All. Oh, that's the big cannon. How? Come on, stop it. Stop it. He knows everything. He can fly every ship. Like I said, the thing that they did to some of these characters from in this movie is just solidify how stupid the Force Awakens is, and if anything, it lower my view of that movie to like never again I want to see it. But I must say that I absolutely love the twist in Luke Skywalker. When Luke first showed up into the hangar, my first gut reaction is like, oh my god, what the frack is going on? Because once again, I'm just like, he just appeared out of nowhere. Really, he's like a galaxy far, far away, and he can just get himself here. So I did not get the twist yet. I start to see what was going on when he was walking outside and all this gun was blasting and he was just fine. That's when the thought that maybe it's just a projected image. Okay, just a projected image of him crossed my mind, and I absolutely love what they did with that. I think to me, the sacrifice of Luke was very powerful. I did feel very emotional because that sacrifice was earned. That death was earned, and I love it. I mean, that was the ultimate moment of the movie with him sitting there at the end, looking at the sun, and his rope just fall down. I love that. To me, that's the most powerful death of all of Star Wars movies. Okay, the most. I mean that's why that earned such a high mark in this movie, that it gave me chills, and it redeemed a lot of the bad things in the first 2/3 of the movie. Because even that whole scene with Princess Leia in space and flying, for some people they love it. For me, I'm just like, oh really? Oh good God, I was not pleased with how she used the Force to do that. I'm like, but as far as Luke spending his life to do that task to save the rebellion was just so powerful. And I can't say enough about how much that was such a powerful. I mean, I got choked up thinking about it because I thought it was a beautiful part for him. I mean, well done. So as bad as some of the part were, and I can say, and I'm sure if you get to this far of the review, you know how I feel. There's a lot of part that got me very angry. I thought it was very stupid in many ways, but to me, that sacrifice at the end was so good that it earned this movie a mark where I want to see it again. Maybe not the first half, but well worth seeing the ending again for sure. And that's it for my spoiler-filled review. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.